Hi everyone. 4 simple secrets to get a good night's sleep. Lose the weight you want, laser focus, and be powerful. And what you're going to learn in this video is technique number 2. And as I said, this was more of a physical exercise that we do that really brings you into your center. I like to do this one when I'm really kind of out there and I've been overstimulated and I need to settle down. I use this one actually more when I'm in daily life as opposed to when I'm trying to sleep at night. It just seems to really get me more into my body. And like if I'm having a conversation that's a little upsetting or overstimulating, or, I've been driving in traffic or something of that nature, and my body's really upset, I use this technique and I love it. I'm so glad that I learned it. And I teach this. The people that I've noticed that like this the most are men, which I found really interesting. But I have a client I'm thinking of in particular who works with a lot of college kids, and their energy is fabulous and all over the place. And so he finds himself a little disheveled at times, and he says, Tammy, I use that one quite a bit. I'll just do it at my desk, And I said, wow, that's pretty interesting. He says it works so good. I'll turn around and do it a few times, and then I'm able to come back in and be present for my students and give them a better version of me and meet their needs. Because this is what happens when we are all caught up and all hung up. We are in ourselves, and we can't give our best gifts to the person sitting across from us. And that's the same thing when we don't sleep well, we're not eating well, we're not taking care of ourselves because we can't cut down the chatter. You start thinking about it a little bit more, and I'm sure you have been. So many things begin with the thought process. It's really programming, thought, feeling, action, outcome. And we can intercept in that process. We become very powerful, focused, grounded individuals. And then it feels more safe to let that creative fire come up. And that creative fire lives in your belly. It's about 2 inches below your navel if you're familiar with the chakras. And it's always knocking on our door unless we're one of those people who've been able to really express our creative genius throughout our lives. But it's very, very powerful, super powerful. And when we don't recognize it and respond to it and nurture it, it finds other ways to try to express ourselves. And that's really what this is all about. Um, Getting in touch with our creative genius and expressing it one way or another. So in step number 3, um, what we do is this. It's bringing our hands behind our ears and inhaling and gathering all that mental energy, and there's a lot. Think about cyberspace. Bringing it to our third eye, that's our intuition, right between our eyes. And on an exhale, we offer it to our heart center with thanksgiving. So you do that 3 times. Inhale, whoops, gather all that mental energy, bring it to your third eye. Exhale, offer it to your heart center with thanksgiving. 3 or 4 times of that, and maybe gazing at the inside of your eyelids. Okay, and this will really bring you into your center. It works so well, and it's very calming to your physiology in your body. In 6 Steps to Fearless Change, throughout the course, as we're learning to calm our monkey mind, and this is one of the things that we do. We use this throughout the course, as I said. We figure out who we are and what our gift is. What is that expression of creative energy? How does it want to manifest itself? This is huge. And then how are we going to do it? How and when are we going to do it? I mean, there's some steps that we have to go through as we're reinventing ourselves in our lives. And I'm excited about offering that series to everybody that's going through a transitional period in their life and they're not really sure what they want to do or how they want to do it or really what it is. They have some little ideas, but they're lamenting over here on this other side that it's just like, can I do it? Can I get there? Can I really make it happen? And until we really address that and make those decisions, until you do, it's going to keep trying to bubble up, and you're going to keep drowning it out. You're going to keep losing sleep or eating or just medicating in some unhealthy way. And in 6 Steps to Fearless Change, we address all that, and then You're completely clear on who you are, what you want to give, and you have this vision for the next half of your life, even if it's retirement or traveling or writing a book or starting a business, and how you're going to do it, what track you're going to run on, make a plan and work the plan, and you feel confident about it. And what's really fantastic is that when you are in your flow, like when all the lights are green and you're driving down the road, right? How does that feel? That is like an amazing feeling. Well, when you're in your flow and you're living your highest, best self, things just come your way. It's amazing. You know people like that. And that's what's been happening for myself and for my clients. These doors are just opening up. Opportunities are coming their way because they're in their flow, not trying to stuff their creativity into somebody else's container. Like when you're working for somebody else and you're making them look really good. You might be thinking to yourself, well, what is this 6 steps to fearless change all about? And, I really don't even have the time to take on another project or a program. And, the one thing that we do have is time. That's the only thing that we have is time. And one thing for sure, if you decide that you don't want to do 6 steps to fearless change after this training series, that time is going to pass by. That's a given, right? I don't want to go to my grave, and I know you don't want to going, gosh, if I would only do this. No regrets, right? No regrets. So time really isn't an issue because we've got plenty of time. And you might be saying, yeah, but how much does it cost? I don't want to spend any more money. I don't want to, dip into my savings, or I promised myself I wasn't going to do this, that, or the other. Well, you and I also know that there's been plenty of times we've made the trip to the store to Costco and we had a budget of $100 and we walked out and we spent $400. I can't even tell you how many times that's happened for me. Or I bought something off the internet that I've never used before. And I have an easier time doing that in the past than I did investing in myself. Now, as I've been on my journey, I've been investing more in myself, and I've watched how this had such a profound effect on me and helped me really realize my potential, as well as my clients that have been investing in themselves and what's happened for them. It starts with taking care of ourselves. We cannot take care of somebody else if we don't take care of ourselves first. And you might be saying to yourself, well, what if it doesn't work? Well, I guarantee you that if you do the work, which is not hard, which is not complicated, and you stick close to me and the community that we create, you're going to have a transformation. You'll have a change in your life. You go into a situation and you walk out knowing one thing more than you did when you walked in. You're that much further ahead. So there's really no excuse other than just making a decision to invest in yourself because you're worth it. And you don't want to be sitting there in 2 or 3 or 4 months going, I still don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still stuck in this job that I don't want to be in, or I'm not sure if I'm going to retire, or, oh my gosh, this opportunity came up for me and I didn't jump on it and I should have, because you're unclear and you don't have the confidence and you just aren't sure that you can make it happen. In 6 Steps to Fearless Change, we address all those issues so that you're confident and you're clear about who you are, what it is, where you're going, how, when, why. What's your big why? The why that makes you cry. That thing that you just dreamed about. Think of how exciting it's going to be when you are actually living the life or traveling to the place or having the relationship in your life that you've only dreamed about. That was what happened to me when I went to Italy twice in 1 year. I had PTSD when I came home because it was such a transformational experience for me. It was profound. And if I hadn't gone through this reinventing of myself, it never would have happened. So I'm really excited to share that with you. Now let's review what we've learned in this video training series. We've learned the breathing technique, inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our nose, filling our tummy up with air, right? That calms down our physiology, our parasympathetic nervous system kicks in, and your body feels safe. Then we learned the 3 R's, recognize, release, and return. We recognize the thought that's knocking on our door. We release it, and then we return back to what we're doing at hand. Or we return back to the thing that was knocking on our door at a later date. And then this exercise we just learned, the centering exercise, when we inhale, we gather all that mental energy, bring it to our third eye, and we exhale and bring it to our heart center. 3 or 4 of those, gazing at our eyelids, and we're very grounded. You do that one in the morning when you get up before you start your day, and I guarantee you, you're going to notice there's a little bit more pep in your step, or you're just more solid. These practices are very profound, but on a subtle level. So you're going to notice these changes. You're going to be handling situations differently than you normally had. And then it's going to dawn on you, oh, I bet it was that little exercise I did. I guarantee you, when you learn to master your inner game, you will play a bigger game on the outside. I can't wait to bring you the next and final video in this training series, because this is my very favorite practice of mastering the inner game and controlling the monkey mind. This is the one I use all the time at night to sleep, all the time, and it works so incredibly well, and it is by far the simplest. Those last 3 that I just taught you were really, really easy. This one is by far the easiest. So watch your inbox. In the next couple of days, I'm going to be in there and be teaching you the 4th secret to 4 powerful, simple secrets to get a good night's sleep and lose your weight, because you can control your mind, laser focus, and be powerful. I look forward to seeing you. Please email me. Tell me what you think about this series, what you're thinking, and what I can help you with. tsmoretti@gmail.com. I so look forward to hearing from you, and thank you very much.